Welcome back to the Overboard DM. My name's Cujo and I go overboard on everything Dungeons and Dragons so that you don't have to. And today I got Dwarven Forge again. I got encounter number 5. This is the Cave of Ruin. This was a set that they really wanted to bring out in the Dungeon of Doom Kickstarter that didn't quite make the cut. So it came out in the Caverns Deep Kickstarter set. It's got a lot of Dungeon of Doom tiles that are ruined or in ruins. Really cool set. So let's take a look. In this set, you have a large cavern. I mean, right now, I can tell you this is a great set to get if you can get your hands on it, especially if you've got Dungeon of Doom terrain as well. And what the Dungeon of Doom terrain is going to look like, if you're not familiar, you're going to have a normal dungeon tile. You're going to have some red or burgundy pillars in every 2 squares. You're going to get some nice brick stonework. Of course, this is in shambles. It's in ruins. There are counterpart pieces that are just broken off, and you can have chunks of debris throughout your terrain. Great looking set. You got 3 doorways. The pieces on the side are your extra bits in this one, so you don't get a lot of extra. Everything is in the kit that you're looking at. This set of doors here is a really nice looking set of doors. This set of doors is the same as the doors that are here on this the far side here, but those are all tore up, like something broke through and just beat the shit out of those doors. You get a figure here, and maybe he's your culprit. He tore up that door, busting through, and now he wants to take names. So like I said, you get a nice, I'll go ahead and show that piece off so you can see that door. It's all tore up, chunked up, like someone hacked through it. So next time your PCs say, well, that door's locked, well, hey, let's just hack through it. It may take them an hour or 2, but maybe they can get through it, or maybe they can't. So this kit's gonna have a blend of Dungeon of Doom. You can see the red pillars, and the cave pieces where you got your stalactites coming off, and just where it's been overtaken by the underground. I'm not sure what else I can say. Obviously you can probably see some LED pieces going off. I can bring one of those up, show you here. They come with, in this kit, throughout the Caverns Deep, they're going to have a bone torch. So you're going to have like a bone mounted to a hard point, and you're going to have your flickering flames. And that's primarily what comes in this set. You got your big swing door. And you have this special little wall insert here. I did something a little bit different. I did use an older torch, which is just more of a standard, not a bone mount. And then this particular wall section has a piece of Dwarvenite type sculpt on the back. And then I used one of their snake orbs, or basically it's just a green orb. You see the snake statue, like a cobra, and like a green orb on it. It's got a 2-way switch off, and then you can get the other side. I just threw it in there because I wanted to show you how versatile it is with all their different lights. So you get all these LEDs from different sets. You're going to be able to use them throughout all your different sets that you have. previously. So this is just an insert, a wall insert that can be flipped around. And I'm going to turn this off to save battery. So basically in this set, you are going to be able to build a big room. Now it's going to have ruins in it. If you take out all the ruin pieces and say, okay, I just want a cavern. So let's just take out all the ruin pieces that are going to be your Dungeon of Doom. So we're taking all our little bits. Here's a little something cool I'll show you while I'm taking this out. There's some 2x2 tiles with a hole in it, and it's got this rocky terrain that kind of fits in there like that. And it fits in there really well to where it looks like it's just part of the tile, but it actually is concave and it's dug out there, so you can actually put a little trinket in there. If you like to do little tiny I guess trinkets, if you will, like treasure chests. I've got tiny little scrolls, I got tiny little potions. You know, WizKids even makes stuff. It's not just Dwarven Forge. It makes, you know, almost to scale little tiny bits and pieces. You can hide them in there if you really wanted to, like if they dig through the rubble, search through it. I typically don't use that too much because it's you know, I can lose them. I do have them, but I usually tend to forget to use them. But you're gonna get 3 of those pieces where you can hide stuff. So if I remove all the broken down Dungeon of Doom tiles, we'll see what we have left. Now all these would go great with some Dungeon of Doom stuff. If you just wanted to use a couple of these pieces with some of your old sets, I mean, it's going to go great. You're going to have stuff tore up, broken down. But this is what you get. You just get this hole in the middle. So if you have another set with a lot of edge pieces that will take it down to a crater of some kind. You know, I'm sitting on a train tray here. It's not all on a train tray. It didn't quite fit. This room is pretty big. I had to adjust my camera to get a little bit more distance here. So you can condense this relatively easy. You know, you're going to get my favorite little corner pieces. That'll see if you got this gap here where it doesn't look quite right. You just slide that in there, and then boom, looks great. You know, then that's all. That's what Dwarven Forge is. You want it to look great. Not perfect, but you're trying to get immersed, and you don't like to see things that just kind of stand out and look like all these hard edges. You wouldn't want to have a big open pit in the floor and it just looks like it's all squared off, and that's why you have all those different edge pieces from the other for example, like this piece here. You know, you want one of those, you put that on the inside corner, and bam, now you got a nice natural transition into the depths, whether you have it black or you have a train tray with some water, or you know, maybe like, you know, acid or something from like the last one I did. Here's some nice water, you put that in there. Let's see if I can squeeze this in here. Again, now this does not come with it. I'm gonna try to do something here. So what we would want to do is get this under as much as possible. Let's do it right about there. And what we'd want to do is look in this kit and see, is there anything else that we have that has some natural edges. And I know that I got one hidden right here, but that's not really a good spot for it. That might be a good spot for it. In that case, I might be able to do this. Do I have any more? You know, I look around, I know I got one right here, but see, I'm also tearing this whole thing apart. I'll move this in, take this out, Okay, that didn't work. Let's take all that out. So you just gotta play with it. But you can see, take something like that, and this is how you use Dwarven Forge. You mess around and you try to figure out what you can build. But you can see where I'm going with this, as far as, you know, this is going to be something hard to do, because in this particular kit, if I start stealing all the pieces that, like I know there's one hidden right here. You know, it's another trifecta piece. If you watch all my other videos, please, so I don't have to go over this every single time. But you have your trifecta pieces that go together. You can use it standalone. You can use this standalone, upside down, painted on both sides. So you can use this as an inside corner for your natural edge. I'd probably put it right there. But as I'm stealing pieces from another area, now that leaves a big gap in that area. So now it's like, okay, I have to fix that. There's plenty of pieces here where I should be able to whip something up. So you can keep playing around until you figure out what you want to do. There's a lot of these little tiny bits and pieces too to help you along the way to get you where you need to be. So I'm not going to sit here and play with it the whole time, but you get what you get the point. Can you make something else with this? Yeah, I probably wouldn't do this in this particular set, because you're stealing a lot of your other pieces for your wall edges and stuff to try to make a crater, or a little bit of water inside this cavern, or this cave. So I necessarily wouldn't build it like this, but you have enough pieces here, especially if you throw in your ruins that I put off to the side. It's great. The one piece that I didn't point out was this little extra piece here. It's just basically like a door filler, or to block off a passageway or whatnot, and it leaves a little tiny opening, like something scary can crawl out of there. For example, here's a doorway. It fits in there pretty good, and it blocks it off. So you can, but it leaves a hole, and you can put that anywhere you want. So I think that's a nice set. I mean, like I said, this miniature does come with it. Dwarven Forge does make a few miniatures, and they're not Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, and they're not directly out of the DM Monster Manual, but they are pretty cool. Nice little feature added on. You're gonna get a bunch of floor tiles in this one. Your two types of tiles are your plain standard, and then you got your more rough terrain, more natural looking. It's pretty nice, but you're gonna get, like I said, a bunch of these. A handful. I mean, I would just keep on coming with it. So that's a lot to deal with. You can definitely build a nice little cavern with this one. Awesome if you got some Dungeon of Doom. Great kit. Highly recommend it. Get some terrain trays though. This stuff is a lot better to work with when you got something that you can stick these to. Being magnetic is great, not just from flying it in, but just from setup and building. All right, guys. Well, that's another video, number 5 in this series. Hit us up on Tabletop Dungeoneers, me and a bunch of other guys over there from all kinds of hobbyists, crafters, doing RC cars. I mean, if you are into hobbies, all kinds of tabletop games, board games, painting, modeling, sculpting, you name it. You're using epoxy. just 3D printing, you know, everything. Every 3D printing is in every hobby nowadays. So yeah, we're a bunch of small YouTubers, and we like to communicate with everybody that's following us, and we love input, and we love to be able to do videos that you want to watch. So come over to Tabletop Dungeoneers on the Discord. All right, guys, and this is a little symbol here. That's our symbol that we created. I actually have a miniature that was made by one of the guys, and I'm working on getting him, and he's going to be featured in my videos all the time when I can get him finished. But until then, you just get the logo. All right, guys, till next time, later.